Okay, so with this video, I'm going to try something a little different from my typical videos. Usually, if you've seen my previous ones, I usually make time lapses or voiceovers, commentary about the process on top of time lapses that have like very premeditated and pre-planned agendas on topics that I have written down and made sure that all the important bits have been covered. But I want to try something a little bit different with this one, in that I'm starting something new here, but I want to kind of document it in sort of like a vlog kind of method where each portion will be kind of covered real time and then uploaded before the whole piece is finished. Kind of like a documenting of a process and videos that are split into bits, so that yeah, it might be a cool kind of format for this channel. And yeah, see if I enjoy it and see if I like it, and if it works out, I'll keep doing it. But yeah, with this one, I'm kind of riding off the tail of my last piece, which was this citadel environment that's kind of set in like a desert kind of biome. And looking at the references that I currently have, I was wondering what I wanted to do next. And I thought that it's something that I still am interested in, and I think I can still push it further and come up with something that's different but within the same sort of like style, I guess. And yeah, so I got kind of captured by this piece in particular, where there is a natural piece of rock here that people have created into this building, where they carved some facades into and an interior into. So it's something that I kind of want to do with this next piece, is like take a natural piece of canyon and then kind of juxtapose that with something that's man-made. And yeah, I really like the contrast of this in terms of like obviously the man-made versus the natural, but also sort of in terms of details, like you can see all the noise and all the organic kind of bits, all the holes on the natural bits of the rock, whereas you get the sharp kind of like very exact, precise cuts and smooth surfaces of the man-made parts. And that's something that I think is like a really, really compelling kind of feature of this thing. And it's something that I kind of want to use as like a sort of like as an anchor for this one. Yeah, and I'm sure it'll evolve as we go. But yeah, I'm kind of liking the sort of the concept and the idea of it so far. So as you can see, I've already started on this. I haven't really gotten too far into this, but I already have a landscape blocked out, and I have this rock piece already with a couple of cutter boxes that's booleaning and creating these really sharp surfaces. So as you can see, these boxes here are cutting into this rock piece here. And I guess these videos are not going to be like super well planned out, right? So it's not going to be like super focused and tutorial based, but there's definitely going to be some technical things that are covered as I go, but it's just going to be kind of random and not really focused. So if you do have any questions, just feel free to comment down below and ask anything specific, and then I can try to help you out. But for the most part, this is going to be sort of shoot from the hip and off the cuff and see where it lands kind of thing. But yeah, so this landscape thing is pretty much made from a Blender kind of preset. As you can see, all of these settings here, there's a ton of stuff here. And if I can just show you from a fresh scene how I was able to generate something like that. Just create a brand new scene, And if I go Shift A and then go down to a mesh, and then down below it's landscape, you get this like preset kind of mountainous kind of terrain here, which is pretty cool, because what I used to do was like make a plane and then like subdivide it and then go to sculpting and then like kind of like paint all the undulations all myself, which now I realize was a giant waste of time. Well, I mean, actually you can still, I would probably still do that, but I think this is a way better starting point as opposed to starting with a fresh plane and adding grid subdivisions to it all manually like a noob. But yeah, I've learned, and now I have a better method of doing that. So yeah, if I go down here and expand this arrow here, and if you have your landscape selected, you can go to go to create, and then now you'll have all of these drop downs that you can kind of play with and kind of change how the terrain looks. So let me just kind of play around with this a little bit, kind of switch up some settings here. Hit refresh. Now you can see you kind of have this kind of weird alien ravine going on. Yeah, so pretty cool. And then you can play with the height, kind of calm it down a bit. You can push it even more. Do this kind of nice, kind of inverted look. So yeah, there's quite a bit that you can do, which is pretty cool. And then, as I said, once you're happy with the base, what I plan to do is go to sculpt and then go ahead and sort of like, you know, modify it some more to kind of make sure that it fits with all the other stuff that I build on top of it, right? But that's basically how I got this piece of terrain, by playing with those settings. And then this piece of rock here I just got off of Megascans, which is now called Fab. And I used to have a Megascans Bridge account, and somehow I still have a whole library that's available to me, which is cool, and it's all free. So I'm not sure how it works now. You might have to pay for it, but lucky for me, I am able to still access all of this cool stuff here. Seems to just go to the rocks. So all of this stuff is like really super useful to bring into your scene and kind of use as a starting point. So I just took one of these canyon pieces and I brought it into Blender and just like really jammed it into the piece of terrain where it now kind of sits and kind of fits nicely within like the ground. And what I really like about this so far is the sort of the smooth terrain. It's probably going to be kind of like a sandy, pebbly piece of ground, right? And then we get like the nice contrast of this really, really sharp and jagged canyon. And then again, we get this nice kind of smooth sort of, you know, like man-made kind of structure that's within it. So I really like sort of like the switching of detail that we have going on. So, you know, we got the smooth kind of surface that this really jagged, highly detailed piece of rock sits on top of. And then within that, we go back to kind of this smooth kind of look that I find really compelling and kind of is gives me like a nice, exciting feeling that I kind of want to play with. So yeah, that's kind of what we have so far. I'm going to keep playing with it, and then, yeah, like I said, this is going to be the first video. I'm not sure if I'm going to be covering every single step, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. And yeah, this is the start of a new piece. And yeah, see you next time.